to day 21 of May Vlogs. It is about 9:30. We've just done the school run and we've just also popped to the post office to drop off a few parcels. We're going to have a bit of a quiet day. I'm going to try and get a bit of dyeing done. We're giving toddler group a miss this morning. Jasper has a bit of a viral rash, a little bit of a cold. He's perfectly fine, he's not really under the weather or anything, but the childminder's son had it last week, so I don't really want to go to toddlers and spread it around even more. But because I know that the childminder's little boy had it, and you know, I'm not concerned. I know what it is. It's not a problem. It's just a viral rash. It will clear up and he'll be fine. But yeah, so a bit of a quieter day today. As I said, I'm going to try and get some yarn dyed. I'm actually hoping I can get a little bit ahead. If I'm going to be home all day, then hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of batches done, which would be really nice. Yeah, so that's the plan. Try and get a little bit ahead on work, but we'll see how it goes. Do you want a little bit of insight into the chaos that is my planning? So this is this week. So obviously Monday's not usually a work day, but I'm getting so close to the shows that I'm needing to fit in bits where I can. So I'd planned on dyeing up 9 skeins today. I'm actually hoping that now that we're not going to toddler group, I might be able to get 18 dyed. So I've got 18 in soaking at the moment. I need to wind a couple of stripes this evening. Tom has said that when he gets home from work, he's happy for me to go up and do them while he sorts out the boys' tea and bedtime. So hopefully I'll still get a chance to sit down and knit this evening. Then tomorrow is a work day. So I am planning on dyeing the film club. And then I'm also, hopefully in the evening, going to be dyeing up some more yarn. This is where I'm hoping I might be able to catch up a little bit, because dyeing stripes all day is quite taxing. I mean, I'm only dyeing 10, which is not too bad. But yeah, that's quite taxing. That's on my feet constantly in the kitchen, as opposed to kind of dyeing the other colourways where I can kind of come to and fro them, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking I might try and catch up with some of these colourways today, if I can get another 9 on. So that is 2 batches for me. A batch for me at the moment is 9 colourways, because I've got the 3 kettles. So 18 is 2 batches. So I could dye up half of these today. Then that would free me up a little bit. Then Wednesday is another work day. I've got stripes to wind. And again, I'm going to be trying to dye some more colourways. And again, this is 2 batches, but that should be fine because I can go back and forward while I'm winding stripes. Then Thursday, Arthur is off school on Thursday. They've got an inset day. But I have booked him in to go to a football camp for the day, which we thought we'd give a try and see if he enjoys that. So that's quite good. And Jasper is a work day, so Jasper will be at the childminder anyway. So that's quite good. So hopefully I will have a full work day here. And again, winding stripes and more dyeing. Then Friday, Arthur is at school, but he's got sports day from 10:30 till 12, and I'll have Jasper, because technically, again, it's not a work day. But I'm hoping to dye up a little bit of yarn throughout the day. That's not quite 2 batches, so we will have to see how this goes. And then the weekend. So Tom is away. I don't know if you spotted that in my diary. Tom is away. He's off to Rome on Tuesday evening and he gets back late Saturday. And his parents are coming up to visit and they arrive first thing Saturday morning. So they're actually going to take the boys after football. They're staying at a caravan site. They've been travelling around Scotland in a caravan for the last 6 weeks or so. So they are going to take the boys for me so I can get a bit of work done. So I'm hoping to get these stripes wound and maybe a little bit of yarn dyed all on the Saturday, which would be perfect because that would give me Sunday free. So that is this week's plan. It looks a bit chaotic, doesn't it? But this is what I've got left to dye. This is my plan. So I've a bit lost track with the wildflower collection because I've had a few dyed to orders and these are the ones that I'd already dyed up with the dyed to orders then came out of those. So I kind of need to work this out. But we're getting there with the Spring Garden collection. I've just got skipping rope to dye up, which I'll be doing today. The new collection I am going to be doing this week. Fade kits I'm going to be doing next week, as well as a couple of other random colourways. I've got a few more colourways sort of that need to be dyed up here. All the semi-solids are done, which is nice. And then it's just a few more of the mini bundles. So we're getting there slowly. But yeah, prepping for a yarn show can be chaotic.
And the crocodile snapped, and the tiger growled, the lion roared, and the monkeys howled. The elephant trumpeted, trump, trump, trump. Humph, said the camel with the great big hump. The hyena laughed, and the hummingbird whirred, but the ladybird said never a word. Just hanging up the first batch of today's dyeing. So we've got skipping rope here. We've got this new purple colourway, which was kind of going to be wisteria, and then I realised that wisteria was dyed with only 2 skeins per pan, so I've kind of changed wisteria up, but it's kind of it's the same kind of colours, but it will be slightly different. So I can't decide whether to just call this wisteria or something like wisteria 2.0, or I don't know, it might need a new name. And then we've got the stuff from last night, so you've got some heather there and some teddy bears picnic down the bottom. But now it's nearly time to go and get Arthur.
Hello again. So the boys are home. Well, Jasper's been home all day, but you know what I mean. Arthur is now home. I've shoved them out in the garden, despite the fact it's raining slightly, because noise. So much noise. So I managed to get all 18 skeins dyed up today. I showed you earlier the ones that I'd managed to get up, hanging up to dry. And I've got a couple that are just soaking and one that is just cooling down slightly because at the moment it's too hot to handle. So yeah, that was quite productive for a day at home with Jasper. I mostly send him to the childminder because it stops me feeling guilty. Because I used to obviously have him at home all the time when I was working, and to be fair, I was dyeing less regularly and smaller batches and things at that point as well, and I wasn't doing nearly as much self-striping. But I just got to the point where I was feeling so guilty for the fact that I was trying to get work done all day and he wasn't really doing anything. He was just kind of playing with his toys occasionally, watching a bit of TV, and I just felt really guilty about that. And it kind of got to the point where I was pretty much working as much as I possibly could around him, and I kind of said to myself, right, this is ridiculous. If I was working an office job or a job where I went to a place of work, he would be in childcare, and he would be going and doing wonderful, exciting things and having lots of fun. So why am I keeping him at home and trying to work around him and not letting him do as much as he could? Does that make sense? So yeah, the childminder was the decision I made for that, and actually it really helps because I don't feel guilty. She sends me wonderful pictures of him at the beach and him at the playground and doing all kinds of lovely things, and he loves it and has so much fun. And it sounds like they might be killing each other. I better go and check that out. But yeah, basically he enjoys the childminder and it makes me feel less guilty about having to work all the time.
Just got the last couple of colourways hung up now, so we have one full error.
Although I guess I could probably get a little bit more there. Now I need to go and get the boys' tea sorted.